Right guys, welcome back to the Full Set GP podcast. Don't know how I got that much motivation from the race we've just watched, except for the ending. The ending had a bit of action because
not the rain we expected either, was it?
No, there was nothing. There was no water about. We were complaining on our live stream, so please, what we're doing is live streams now for every race.
Well, we tried to at least. We definitely are going to do it for Canada as well. So that's the next race in
2-3 weeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what we do a quick live stream. It was a bit of a test one for this one, but for the next ones we are going to be trying to do them for every race going forward now.
Yes.
Just quick watch along, just look at us laughing and making mistakes. And
yeah. Well, it took us a good 20 laps or so to get set up for today, so we'll be a lot more organised next time. But we missed. Yeah. We'll come to it obviously shortly, but we missed a lot of the content, didn't we? The first few laps. So.
We missed the start. We missed the crashes on lap 10. We missed it all. And then when we had the live stream working, nothing happened until the end. But
let's go back a little bit in terms of the warm up. Then obviously we've got to cover briefly qualifying and sprint as well, which we had yesterday.
Sprint qualifying, first of all, we're going to qualify. Obviously, Norris did really well. Norris did a great job in terms of the qualifying. McLaren looked quick. He got it straight on the pole position. I obviously put it for the outperformer for this weekend, so I knew it was going to be good, obviously. Because he was Miami, but I didn't think he'd be that good. He was really good. He had a strong sprint race. He dominated from the start till finish. Just gapped everyone, kept his tyres in good condition.
Antonelli at poor starts again.
Yeah, it is.
Can't quite get them.
You can't get it right. Apparently, it's not him because he's launching it well. Apparently, there's something in his software on the engine that's glitching.
It's so weird. Of all the years of watching F1, we're talking about engine and glitches and technology and all that.
Glitches used to be on like Call of Duty, where he glitched into the map or something. I don't know. But no, to be fair, Norris had a great race. But like I say, Antonelli, he had a poor start. But good recovery, what are your thoughts?
Yes, good. Again, like you said, good recovery. There wasn't really much else that happened after that, was there?
No.
Because everything sort of stabilised. So we had the McLarens in P1, P2. By the time we got to sort of lap 4, lap 5, there was a good couple of seconds gap straight to Leclerc, and then he was just sort of managing, trying to keep everyone else behind, wasn't it?
It was weird because I think Antonelli come through, didn't he? And everyone thought, okay, this is it. Now he's going to come after Norris, and then nothing happened. He just fell back into third. And he just stayed in. It was a bit of a weird race.
Whether it's championship management already, I was surprised if it is.
No, Anthony doesn't know what championship management is, does he, Oscar? He's young, he don't have a clue. But George Russell not looking at the paces.
No, multiple times in interviews, I think heading into the weekend, and more so after qualifying in the sprint race as well, just doesn't like Miami.
Yeah.
Where is the track or where is the place? Just something's not quite clicking this weekend, which is unfortunate for my predictions anyway.
Yeah, it is. But there was any shout-outs to this sprint race, just thinking about it. Was there anyone that got close to the points or into the points that... Because I know Hadjar was coming up close, but I know he didn't make it. Was any of the Alpines close enough to getting it? Obviously, I think it was because it's only top 8 points, isn't it? So there's not really like many people can get it.
Especially when we've still got them key 4 or 5 manufacturers anyway. It makes it hard, doesn't it, when it comes to sprint? What I was going to mention as well in terms of sprint races, it's like they brought it in for the entertainment.
Well, no one does
but they're always thinking, especially with like this weekend as well, they think about the race. If they go into a big move to gain 1 point, is it worth compromising the rest of your qualifying, the rest of your weekend? It's like they're just waiting around and not making them move. So is it just another possession in just drivers just racking up them points based on your sprint qualifying?
Do they, to be honest, like the sprint race was really good in F2, like years, obviously over the years, because obviously they did the reverse grid.
And they're still doing it. I think that still works, but whether it will work for Formula 1, I don't know. I don't know if that's the right answer, but I'd certainly, for all the random things we've tried over the years, I would like to see it.
The drivers don't know, do they?
No, they won't. And especially, again, like we're saying about the drivers not wanting to take risks.
Yeah.
If you've got your Antonellis and your Max Verstappens in like P10, P11, are they going to want to make these moves to get just 8 points in a sprint race? Yeah, because
like they could cost 25, with the qualifying being that bad.
So all we've got really, so we had the rest. So we had Norris, Piastri, Leclerc, Russell, Verstappen, Antonelli, Hamilton, and Gasly.
Gasly did well, but the Gasly's been there and thereabouts anyway over the whole season.
I think the main thing to really mention is Verstappen with Red Bull looking a bit more on
especially
pace.
That ring, the new rear wing. To be honest, I would say
not copied, obviously, the Ferrari one, but they've probably took it to another level by how wide that gap actually is. It looks like it's falling off. It looks like it's faulty, really, but it works. So no, they look good. They looked a lot quicker. But then going into, like I say, your qualifying, we all thought.
Actually, was it sprint qualifying? Do we have to mention Aston Martin here as well?
Oh yeah, go on.
Because we'll cover it a little bit later on in terms of worst team, but I think they were second off, weren't they? Was it a second? Was it a 142? I'm trying to think of the stats I saw. Yes,
they were. No, I don't think it was a second, but I know they were slower than the slowest F2 car in their qualifying.
Yeah.
Which is how can that be the case?
It is mental.
Like, so basically, imagine if that person in the F2 car come last and got a move to Aston Martin and went in a slower car.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was an Aston Martin driver as well in F2. So the fact is that you can put together a performance and be better than, obviously, an F1 car is just ridiculous. Especially after a break as well. We wasn't expecting miracles from them, but
it's a bit of an embarrassment, isn't it? It's it's not a bit of. It's a massive embarrassment.
I think they clearly must have hopefully focused more on reliability than have performance.
Yeah, which to be fair,
which they did just finish this race today, haven't they?
They did.
Which is that the first double finish they've had?
I think it might be. To be
I'm
honest,
gonna look back.
But I just don't. I know obviously they're going for reliability, but still to be that far back, I know they didn't bring any upgrades though. They need to start doing something, because if they don't do that, then it's sort of making a mockery of the sport.
Yeah.
Like, the sport is Formula One. It's the pinnacle of motorsport. All the drivers, that's where they want to go to. But the drivers that are in F2 are driving quicker than that car. It's a bit backwards.
Yeah.
It's not like anyone's going forwards. It is a bit of an embarrassment. It can't.
Yeah, it's Aston Martin's first double finish of the season.
So they might have gone for a lot.
Best team.
No. No, definitely not. That cannot be the best team. But yeah, no, that is absolutely shocking. They can't be doing that again. I know they're bringing upgrades at some point soon, but it's not just upgrades, it's a new car. They just need a new car. That's it. But yeah, we'll move on into qualifying.
Qualifying for the main race now, yeah.
We all thought McLaren going from the sprint qualifying to go pole position.
Straight to the top, straight to the top timing sheets again, yeah.
But we have a certain Kimi Antonelli who thought, no, I ain't having it. No. We got pole position, which is 3 pole positions in a row.
Yeah.
First person to do that since Schumacher and Senna.
Yeah.
And he had, well, technically he's done it now, because obviously going after the race, he has done something that no one's ever done. By taking his first 3 pole positions and winning all 3 of them.
Yeah.
He's not a Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc got the pole position and never won a race. Yeah. I think he's got loads of pole positions, he just can't win a race.
Yeah. But obviously, think about when Charles, without going too much off topic, with the car he's had, the package of him and Ferrari have always worked well, typically, especially at that time as well for qualifying. But it's never been the quite fastest race car, really.
Yeah.
Whereas Mercedes have started so strong.
Yeah,
like, we've not seen another, apart from the sprint, it's been a Mercedes to win.
Yeah, I do agree. Was there any, shout-outs, really, that we could think of? Or
in someone that quality,
in terms of anyone that outperformed in quality, I'm really thinking about that. Verstappen, maybe, because he got second.
Talk about, obviously, Red Bull, obviously, I'll cover it in terms of the, for Hadjar, but obviously in the sprint, he was over a second behind Verstappen, which is a gap we normally expect from the second Red Bull seat, but which we haven't seen so far this season. But I think Hadjar was again another 6 or 7 tenths off Verstappen.
Well, yeah, to be fair, but Verstappen second, considering where Red Bull are, that's actually a massive outperformance.
And watching it live as well, I thought he was going to get it. It just seemed like a typical Verstappen lap. He was going to wait till last and absolutely pip it at the end.
But another one that you have to shout out, to be fair, is Franco Colapinto.
Yes, I think we were going to shout it out more in the race, weren't we?
But to be fair, even the qualifying beating Gasly, being 8th, he's had a great weekend, to be fair. I think he went to Buenos Aires, didn't he, in Argentina? I don't know how to pronounce that, but with all his fans, or was it Miami?
I haven't seen that.
Haven't you seen it? Oh, they filled out, the amount of people there just to see him driving the Alpine car was absolutely sort of mind blowing, because he's not anyone that done anything in the sport.
No.
But the Argentinians love it. Like they really love
We saw
it.
him talking to Messi, didn't we, at the pre-race?
And like, if someone's talking to Messi, well, it's very like.
Yeah, we're taking the piss every week, probably. we want to meet Messi.
Yeah. Messi don't want to meet him. Messi watches this every week, you know. Another one, obviously, disqualified, obviously, really, Isaac Hadjar.
Yes. But again, no fault. Obviously, like I said, his performance wasn't quite there in qualifying, but Red Bull, I think, Mecca's come out and said, put his hands up saying it wasn't to gain an advantage, just one of the things with
the... What they all saying, mate?
Yeah.
It's what Gabby Orzetto's probably said and what Matteo Binotto said about his car, but the race for the sprint race. Yeah, we didn't do it for an edge. Obviously, you do it. Oh, wait, the thing is, there's that many cents on the car. They have all the information. They know.
Is true.
It's not like they've done it. I probably wouldn't say they've done it on purpose, but they know it's there.
Yeah.
They obviously know it's there. The data, all engineers looking at all the graphs and everything that's going on, they know that's there. You've just ruined his qualifying, made him look bad, then making him try harder in the race, which then, moving on to it, has made him cause problems in the race by crashing into the wall.
So we'll skip forward into the race now.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously before that point, though.
Well, to be fair, I mean, before all that, but...
We had one of the best first couple of corners so far this season, didn't we? We had people locking up, slow starts, fast starts. It was a lot going on, weren't it, into turn one?
Yeah, to be fair, we had quite a lot going into turn one. Obviously, great start from Antonelli.
Yeah.
But the second stage is bogging down again.
Yeah.
Verstappen not starting well again, not as well as he needs to. Leclerc having another good start.
But Verstappen got enough that he needs to at least be ahead of Antonelli.
Yep. But then the issue was going into the first corner, Leclerc looked prime position, and then them two thought, no, we want the lead. Antonelli and Verstappen, they both lock up.
Yeah.
Leclerc waits and he goes past, and it was a great move, to be honest. And then Verstappen got a bit eager on the throttle.
Yeah.
Spun round somehow.
Not after you see him on the radio after saying sorry as well.
Yeah. He's normally there like. But no, it was a good race start. There's a bit of action. You call there's going to be some stuff that's happened. No full on carnage.
No.
But there was
some events, Again, we was trying to get a good stream set up at the time, weren't we, as well? So we was gutted that our actual live reactions mid on the floor trying to get things sorted.
Yeah. And the worst bit is we didn't get it sorted till after lap 9.
Yeah, which is when the next set of incidents happened, which was, obviously, first of all, we saw Hadjar going over the chicane and bidding it into the wall.
Which...
On his own.
How?
And he was visibly frustrated as well. He wasn't very happy at all. But he's, again, quite an emotional character anyway when he does make mistakes.
He is, but from looking at he just took too much curb. Yeah. And obviously he lost complete control of the car because there's no actual tyre contact to the floor. Contact to the floor. So then when you've got that, you're not in control of it at all. And that barrier is very close to that road. So as soon as you lost your balance, you've lost the car control, you are going into the wall. And the worst bit, like I say, Red Bull probably, like I said a minute ago, probably put him in that position to do that because he's chasing.
Yeah.
If you're chasing,
it's very true. Yeah.
Then I think he's pushing to the limit. Street circuits pushing to the limit. It's a lot. It's a lot tougher.
Yeah. And then also the camera then pans round to Gasly, rear-ended, half in the air, thinking what's gone on. Seeing him and Lawson tumbling down. Lawson just locked up and went into the side of him.
You look at it and you just it just seems what is it? Martin Brundle says like $1. Is it like $1 too late? $1 too short? Something like whatever he says. I forgot what he says now. But no, it just seemed a bit ridiculous of a move. Like I understand it because he was alongside, but
it was sort of slow motion in the end. When it wasn't like it was that last minute that they were both like going into the corner. Gasly was round the outside and he just
locked up.
It just slow motion just went into the side of him, and then that was it. Both of them out of the race.
It was weird how he lost so much control of it. That's how much he locked up so much. It was.
I'm trying to think back now. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of room on the inside as well. So I think he's locked up fairly early on to just obviously to end up where they ended up. It's just crazy.
No, it really is. And then, but you do
and
look at
that then triggered obviously a few pit stops.
Safety car.
So we
had the early safety cars. So who do we have? We had Verstappen.
Verstappen pitted, didn't he?
Who else coming out? No one else really. Not many people coming
No,
out.
it was then Piastri next. No, Leclerc, was it Leclerc to next react to Verstappen?
No, he reacted to Russell.
Sorry, yeah.
So we had obviously Verstappen coming in early, which we all thought was a bit of a bold strategy.
Yeah. Well, it was more so obviously because he was spun, didn't he? So he needed to come in anyway. It was more the Russell one, wasn't it? But we couldn't understand because we was expecting 12 laps from then. Rain to come in. That was the prediction. So seeing Russell coming out on hards, and then Leclerc. Then it was Leclerc, wasn't it? Then at that point, who came into.
Yeah. So because Russell went in first.
Yeah.
Then Leclerc tried to come in to cover him off. But then Russell went past him, which then caused a bit of a battle, which Leclerc ended up getting past. But Verstappen had a great strategy really, because from that pit stop he literally went full send really. Let's be honest, and he was going lap by lap. He was going obviously he was putting his foot down, and the lap times were obviously quite low, so he was catching up quite a lot.
Yeah.
And after everyone actually pitted, he ended up.
I think he was like 4 or 5 seconds off, but Piastri was then next to pit, wasn't it, as well?
Yeah, so I think was he leading?
I don't think he was actually leading, but he was sort of almost in that net lead. Yeah. Obviously, on much more worn tyres by that point as well. I think Antonelli and Norris were not quite far. Well, were obviously right behind him as well. So
we had a little bit of a squabble, to be fair, with Antonelli and Norris as well, because Norris did get him.
Yeah.
But then, was it the pit stop stage that caused him? Yeah, because that was it. Norris was leading for a while, wasn't he? And then the pit stop stage happened, and then Antonelli ended up doing the undercut on him, which meant getting the lead. And then, as soon as Antonelli's in the lead, he knows how to control it now. He's won, obviously, this is his third race on the row that he's won. He knows how to control the races. He's just looking strong.
It's just going to make him more dangerous going forward now. I think Russell really is now on the back foot.
Yeah, no, he really
can see the momentum, how it's happening, and again, you've seen it years gone by with the Verstappens. If they go on a run,
they can't be stopped.
It takes a while for them then to be stopped. They'll stop at some point, but whether that be in their hands and they mess up, or it be reliability or whatever, there will be a change at some point. But if Anthony's banking in these 25 points for now, it's going to be a lot of ground to make up.
Is he thinking a new Bottas, Russell?
Maybe. Second driver, maybe.
Because you got to think about it, strong starts to the season, goes off the boil, Hamilton has a run, gets loads of points. Is that going to be the case?
I think it's probably too early to say.
It's too early to say, but it's a talking point.
It definitely is.
But is it going to happen? Is this the reason why Toto Wolff didn't want to put him in the car for so long? Because he was at Williams performing well, and everyone thought he's going to be in that car, he's the next best thing.
Yeah. But
Toto never got in the car that quick. Is this the reason?
Maybe there's more to it, because obviously all the as we saw before the latest break, obviously Gianpiero's gone over to McLaren.
Yeah.
There's been no talk. There's been obviously talk, but there's nothing confirmed from Verstappen's side of what's happening. There's always been interest for the last couple of years from the Mercedes side of things in Max. Is that going to shift maybe if Russell can't get on top of Antonelli? Would Toto Wolff really want Antonelli and Verstappen side by side? I think
he would. He's always wanted Verstappen. He never really wanted Russell from the seams, from what I'm thinking of. With obviously, he brought him on for the academy and he's done all the work and he spent the money to have him there.
Yeah.
But keeping him in Williams for so many years, I know Valtteri did a great job, but Valtteri never really pushed Hamilton for the title, and that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
So that's why he didn't want to spoil that. But
I think Toto would have learned. Well, obviously, I think he spoke about it plenty of times now about the Rosberg Hamilton side of things. If that never happened, I think Russell would have got an earlier chance at the seat. But obviously, after that battle in 2014, 2015, that's why Bottas was allowed. Well, not allowed, but he did what he did because it suited Mercedes.
It did suit Mercedes, but I genuinely think Russell, I don't think he's going to be there next year, especially with the performance at the minute. I just can't see him, with everyone else performing now, I can't see him challenging now. I feel like he's going to have a bit of a drop off. I know they're getting their upgrades for Canada, and this should be a lot better. And normally, I believe he likes Canada, doesn't he?
Well, he's been so vocal about how he hasn't liked Miami. I think his best thing is just to wait to see what happens in Canada next, because that could be could be another Antonelli win, and we're sitting here talking about it again, how he's like so much on the back foot.
Good. Yeah, but he's so good at it. He is like ridiculously quick though, isn't he?
Yeah.
And the confidence he's got now is night and day to last year. He's so quick. Obviously, he was quick in Miami last year, but he's just hit the ground running.
Yeah.
He's got the lead. He's 22 points in the lead, unless Russell gets the penalty now.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah. Obviously, I think it was less than that, weren't it, in the end? Because Russell obviously got Verstappen and Leclerc.
No, it was... actually, yeah.
But obviously, like you say...
It's still got 20 points.
It's 20 points-ish, yeah.
But yeah, around 20 points. For him to have a 20-point lead, nearly a race win.
Yeah.
After 4 races. 4 races now, isn't it? Is it 4 races? 1, 2...
Australia, Japan. Yeah. It feels longer because it's been longer weeks, but obviously we've missed
20 points.
There's 2 races, haven't we, out the middle?
Over 5 points. I know technically that means he's basically won every race, near enough to George coming second by a little, but it's not exactly that, but it's close enough to that. George has come in the season thinking he was going to be the top dog.
Again, it's still a reliability issue in that, isn't there?
Yeah.
We saw it in the season gone by with Lando and stuff. You just have one reliability issue.
Yeah. Got to there wasn't much. Obviously, right to the end, we'll go to the end. But to be honest, there wasn't much left to talk about.
No, the middle point of the race, we was just praying for the rain, weren't we? And the rain was not coming. I think we saw a couple of spots on the Williams cam at one point, but other than that, there was no rain at all, was there?
No, and then you come to the last part of the race. Tyres dropping off then for
Max.
Which...
Obviously, Russell was clearly finding some sort of strap mode as well. He was obviously increasing his lap times as well, so that gap was closing up a little bit as well. Yeah, and so was the gap between Leclerc and Piastri.
Yeah, so Piastri was so we had Max, Leclerc, Piastri, Russell. Yeah, Russell was just behind him, wasn't he? Leclerc getting past Verstappen, obviously on old tyres. Piastri getting past Verstappen, old tyres. Then we had that separate battle. Then we had the Verstappen-Russell battle.
Yeah.
Piastri was pushing him, Leclerc, ended up getting past him, and Leclerc, let's just say, ruined his tyres.
Yeah.
There's
not going to be a lot of left on
that. There's going to be no grip whatsoever, is there?
You'd think it was raining at the last lap.
Yeah, no, you would have. But he spun, lost all grip. To be honest, we had a contact as well with Russell and Verstappen, which caused a bit of damage, but then they were still in the race. It was all...
Yeah, Russell's sort of front wing was at the front right, wasn't it? He was just dragging across the ground, but clearly wasn't losing that much performance, I don't think. Clearly not, because he got past him.
Yeah, and then coming into the last corner, it was Russell, Leclerc and Verstappen all going.
I think there's either Lawson or Lindblad as well. I think there was the back marker, which was giving obviously Leclerc some extra power, but as soon as obviously the corner was coming up, Leclerc wasn't going to be making it if he had to brake miles before.
Oh, massively. And the thing is, obviously there's contact there, but then apparently they're reviewing it at the minute. Obviously we don't fully know. Apparently
Russell hasn't come out at the moment, but
Russell.
From what I saw it live, because I haven't seen it back yet, but it looks like obviously Leclerc's broke. Russell's took the normal racing line, come over slightly, but then Leclerc's gone again, and then there's been contact. So I don't think Russell will be in trouble for it, but again, I could be wrong.
But the thing is, I also don't think he'll be in trouble for it either. The main reason for it is because Leclerc just cut the chicane literally 2 corners before, so he's gained an advantage. So if he didn't gain that advantage, he'd have got past him a lot sooner down the straight. That's the thinking. I'd go with logical thinking. No damage was caused from it, really.
Oh, looking here, the incident late on saw George Russell and Max Verstappen make contact into turn 1 is also being investigated.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's where Verstappen...
I forgot exactly what happened. I'm impressed that that's getting investigated, to be honest. I didn't think it would. But, I mean, obviously, we're not going to know the full
And then Leclerc's under investigation right now, so 12 minutes ago, for driving in an unsafe condition.
So they're all going to net penalties, and they're all going to be in the same position. So basically...
so they all get like 5 seconds each. It could be the fact that Colapinto makes it 4th place at this rate.
Oh mate, yeah, such a good race. He deserves it. He deserves it.
Which we'll come to in a second, actually, because our predictions were miles out for him, weren't we?
Yeah, miles closer.
Should we go into predictions now, actually, yeah?
Yeah, let's go into the predictions. Like I say, we haven't had much to talk about because guess what? It wasn't the greatest race. That's another quick point. The new regulations that have changed, has it changed for the worse? We don't fully know yet because obviously it's been a bit more race. Obviously, what they've done...
In our opinion, from what we've seen...
It's got worse.
Yeah.
But most people are thinking it's actually got better because they're actually pushing a bit more. But at the end of the day, there's not much action.
No, we saw it in sprint race, didn't we? We haven't mentioned it briefly a few hours ago, is where they had the same strategy of where they were using the battery power. So ultimately, there was no point.
Yeah, no, exactly. So going into the predictions, this is for the end of season as a total. Basically, we are predicting certain categories that we've got here. If you go on the preview show that we've got, it's on YouTube. It needs to put on Spotify, messed up. But
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, I told them too. But yeah, basically, what we do is do all the points, and then at the end, depending on the subscriber count, we're hoping to get, say, like 1,000 the minimum.
Yeah.
By the end of the year, whoever loses out of us two will give.
And by the end of the year, we mean the end of the season as well.
Yeah, the end of the season.
Yeah.
One of us, whoever loses the predictions over on the points, will be paying out for one of you. If you guys have something. At the minute I'm winning.
If we said 1,000 subscribers, would be £100, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
£100 voucher, yeah.
Yeah, so hoping for maybe like F1 merch or something like that. We don't exactly know where from yet, but let's just follow, subscribe, do all that sort of jazz that we need. Because let's be honest, the only way you're going to win something is if you subscribe.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if we go into the sprint pole prediction, I went for Antonelli.
I went for Russell, which we were both incorrect for.
Because it was Lando Norris.
Yeah.
Sprint winner, who'd you go for?
I had Russell and Piastri. I think I talked about both, but I went for Russell in the end.
I went for Antonelli, and who was it?
Lando Norris.
There we go, so none of us got a point there. So this is a great start. Outperformer, I went for a certain Lando Norris.
Yeah.
I will say that should be a 2-pointer because he was really quick all weekend, to be honest. Even the practice session, the sprint qualifying, the sprint race. Qualifying was the only bit of time where I thought he was a little bit off it, but the way the wind changed a little bit. But the race as well, to be honest, if the undercut didn't happen, would he have won it? Because he was so close to Antonelli the whole time. He might have, not saying he would have, but he'd have been close.
I went for Carlos Sainz, which again, a massive shout out to
really
Williams and obviously Sainz for the weekend they've had. Also would put Colapinto in that bracket based on what we've said already. Obviously had a really solid overall weekend from sprint quali, and then race. Yeah. I don't think he's had a weekend stronger than this weekend. I think even Martin Brundle was saying how good of a weekend he's
looked
had.
really good.
And considering it was his home Grand Prix and where we predicted him to be,
that was a massive outperformance.
I
agree.
I'd be tempted to give it to Colapinto.
I would. The only reason I can say Norris is just because Norris before, over the last few races, hasn't looked good. He's not got a podium where Piastri has.
Yeah.
He hasn't looked strong at all this season. It looked like he couldn't cope with the cars. To be honest, they're in the same sort of situation because they couldn't gain too much position because obviously the car was good enough.
Yeah.
But for him
that's what I'm thinking now because we obviously we're both headed towards McLaren having performance this weekend, so it's not like they've.
But not the amount of performance they showed in the sprint quali, the sprint race, for him to be dominant.
Yeah. And
also to be in the race to be up close personal with Antonelli the whole race. If he'd have been like 8-9 seconds behind the race, I'd be like, okay, completely fair enough. It's a great performance.
Yeah.
But I genuinely think if he'd have won it, it'd have been easy.
I do think that as well. Yeah. To go back to back on a weekend, we weren't predicting that at all. We were both predicting to be McLarens to be in and around podiums.
But I genuinely think he deserves 2 points, just because for him to first of all win the sprint race, looks dominant.
Yeah.
To then get back it up with a podium in the race when Antonelli is still really quick.
Yeah. Okay, we'll settle with that.
But the other two are really good. Like, it's not like Carlos Sainz had a great race, and Colapinto, they've had a honestly. It's to be honest, it's just lucky you didn't pick any of them.
We'll go with Lando Norris then and the outperformer this week.
So that's 2. Who did you go for?
So for Sainz and 9.
Oh yeah. Oh, so you were close.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think if Sainz had a better sprint.
Yeah.
Maybe because to be honest,
if Williams were looking at double points both races, that would be a massive improvement for them.
Oh yeah,
and I think put them in the bracket for the best team as well. But I think for now we'll go outperform. We'll go Lando Norris.
Yeah. So that's 2-0 to me.
Yeah.
And then we go into the underperformer where you're about to get 2 points back.
Yeah. Again, there's a few in there as well. Again, a bit like we just said, the outperformer though. The underperformer, I wouldn't just say it was Hajar nailed. Again, like I said earlier, he was off it in qualifying. I think he was a second in the sprint qualifying off Verstappen. I think a good another 6-7 tenths off in normal qualifying. Obviously,
Hulkenberg didn't finish both races. That's another fact. He didn't finish both races at all.
No, that's true. But he didn't bin it.
No, Haggard deserves it. No, because
there's another driver I was going to mention as well. It wasn't just Hulkenberg, I was going to mention another driver. Oh, we talked about it during the live stream as well. Hamilton.
Oh yeah, Hamilton.
Not quite, because again, in the end, obviously,
we just didn't look at it. And Russell, both of them not look good at it.
Yeah, in terms of whether, again, overall, they're still finishing in the top 6 or 7, so it's like, can we really...
Russell, you could possibly do it, because it's the top 1-2 team, 1-2 team, really.
Yeah.
It should be 4th worse.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, I think he ended up probably getting 4th if it all stays the standings, but it's just...
Fourth puts a positive light on it for me in his position where he was looking like he was going to finish anyway.
Yeah.
So, we'll Hajar there for the 2 points, and then pole position. I went for Russell, and you went for
Kimi Antonelli. So that's a nice little point there. But last place.
Yes, it happened. unless. No, nothing can happen now.
No, he finished.
I'm worried if someone's still taking a pit stop now and still come out and qualify and actually classify for the race. It's happened too many times.
He did finish. I know he definitely finished this race.
I'm double checking, man. I'm double checking.
He's got to be.
He looked nailed on the whole race.
He's not looked good over the last few races, has he? To be honest, Bottas. He's looked nowhere near it. Which is
he was the only driver to finish 2 laps classified down.
Terrible. Oh, it's so bad.
Which I think we'll all double check by what we were saying during the live stream. I think that is actually just a solitary point as well, isn't it? It is the hardest one to predict, and I think so far we will look it back, but I think it is just the 1 point from that,
which is really bad. Yeah. Considering you're thinking the 2, but it's only actually 1 point.
Yeah, if we're including like DNFs and stuff as well, then we would have had a lot more points, but we actually are saying last classified position as well, which makes it really difficult, especially like a race like this where so much carnage happened. All it took was one of them Cadillacs to go out, and then another driver sort of that we wouldn't normally say would finish last. Probably would finish last as well. So,
but that makes it 3-3.
Yeah.
Going into the worst team, who'd you go for?
I went for Alpine, I believe, and you went for Audi.
Audi had a terrible weekend.
Yes.
Thinking about it,
well, not quite. I think Barcelona brought it back a little bit in the race.
But because the thing is, the worst team. Do we get 2 points for the worst team, and then the worst team between us?
No, I don't want to be given that. I think it is just
solid point.
As in worst team, if we don't get it right, we don't get the point.
Okay, worst team, to be honest. Audi could be in for a shout, but also an okay race.
Yeah.
But the rest of it was terrible.
Yeah.
The whole rest of the race, both sprint races 9. The other race, Hulkenberg didn't finish. The disqualifications. To be honest, it has been a terrible weekend.
Yeah.
Alpine, they've looked strong all weekend.
Alpine really strong, regardless of obviously even like Gasly in the race. He would have probably gone on to get points.
It wasn't his fault, really.
It wasn't his fault. That was going to also mention though the racing balls.
They were terrible. They
were off it for again. It's really hurt my fantasy. I'm guessing because I brought them in for Haas after the last race week, but that they were off it performance-wise whole weekend.
Oh, they were really off it.
They looked good. I like their livery.
Yeah.
We've had a
pace-wise, they were actually nowhere.
Pace-wise, they weren't there.
You could probably give. The thing is, it's really weird because but could give that in, but
I think after what we haven't.
But did Audi have a worse one than them?
Well, I'm going to cover it now because we covered it briefly earlier. I think he's got to go to Aston Martin again because of the qualifying performance to be.
But they finished the race this time.
But they finished the race, but still miles off it again. And after that, we talked about obviously.
Who did you go for?
I went for Alpine tonight, so we can't give the point anyway.
It probably is Aston Martin. To be honest, with them
to be slower than F2, I don't really have seen that happening in F1. So for that alone,
it is them. Yeah.
If they got nearer to the points in the race, we could have probably taken into account. But to be slower than an F2 car, yeah, speaks for itself.
Moving into the best team, obviously I've won. So McLaren. McLaren was so good.
Massive shout outs again, obviously to Williams, who had a really strong weekend compared to what they have done. But other than that, really, Red Bull looking better under Max for the race.
Yeah.
But again, as a complete team, for McLaren to get 1-2 in the sprints, and then second and third.
Yeah, did you get a double podium? Yeah.
Double podium, yeah. So
honestly, they had a great weekend.
Yeah, so a point to you for that one.
Yeah, no, they did really well. Most full sends of the week,
which I think I've got for the first time. I don't think I've won this one yet.
I think you have, to be honest, because Science moved.
What did I do?
Bought today, yeah, 21st to 13th.
I think he got another one in the end.
12th, but yeah, it's even better.
I think. Well, I saw his position move. Was too busy eyes on the Leclerc, Russell and Hamilton fight at the end.
But yeah, no. So I went for Callum. So to be honest, his position didn't move. He just had a strong weekend. To be honest, he's had such a good weekend that he just didn't need to overtake, did he? that was the issue with it. He didn't need to go anywhere. He didn't need to move any places.
It was a shame that he had such a good qualifying.
Yeah, because he looked really strong all weekend, which is good to see, to be honest. Because the amount of pressure he's been having. But he did finish 13th, didn't he? I don't think he got 12th.
For some reason, Formula 1's not loading.
Oh. Well, anyway, you definitely got the point there, mate. I won't stress too much. That's an easy point. So that's 3-3.
Did we do 2 points for exact or a point? I can't remember.
Do you know what? The thing is, I think it would be 2 points if we could actually work it out. But I think we need to just do singular points and just make it a battle between us two.
What, so there was 12 in the end, yeah?
Yeah. I think if we just do a battle between us two on that, because for us to try and keep track of everyone, it's proving quite hard to even do one, let alone 22 tries.
That's fair. So again, at the moment, am I
4-4?
4-4. Okay.
4-4 going into podium, and so the podium.
It's where it goes downhill.
Who'd you go for third place?
So third place I had Lando, second place I had Antonelli, and first I had Russell.
So how many points is that?
0.
Okay. Third place, Oscar Piastri.
Yeah.
And he come third, perfect point. Second, Charles Leclerc. Fucking idiot. So I didn't get a point for that, but then obviously I put Antonelli to win. So there's 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3 is impressive considering what was happening. Nearly, wouldn't say nearly, but 1 pick away from being 5 points. Yeah. Which is a massive amount. So that's 6-4 going into
the final one, which is Callum Pinto's home Grand Prix, which you've got closer.
Closer. So you get 2 points if you're exact, and 1 point if you're closer.
Which improved you. So it can be done with Liam Lawson in the Japanese Grand Prix.
But so he ended up finishing 8th.
Yes.
I went for 13th.
I went for 16th.
So I get the point for being closer, which makes it 7-4. Which I do think actually every race weekend, I think I'll beat you in every single prediction now.
Yeah.
Hey, the money's coming out. I can't. Do you know we need to get the totals and that sorted? Because I forgot exactly what.
I've got the graphics sorted actually as well. I haven't shared that with you yet, have I?
No.
So I'll share it with you after and see what you think, and we'll get that post out in the next week before we hit calendar. So we know where we are at. But I want to say roughly. Is it be about 19-13 or it's quite a big gap at the moment? So
there is, but the thing is, like we worked out, there's like 15 points per race weekend.
Yeah.
Which the thing is, actually, there's 15 points in the sprint race weekend, and I've got 7. So half of them. It's not bad.
No.
It's do you know what?
We've not pat ourselves on about too much.
We've got some wheel knowledge, and then some of it. Well, if I continue to have, moving on to
quickly onto fantasy, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. For some reason, mine is just not wanting to work. When iPad wants to bloody work because I can't use Apple stuff. But I'll go to it now. Should hopefully work on that.
So I think I've had a shocker, which I was on the live stream I was highlighting anyway. So I think my predicted points are sitting at 61 points at the moment. 52 of that coming from George Russell. Actually, no, I got 80 points from Mercedes and then 1 point from Bev, and everything else is negative. So I've got a negative on Lawson, obviously caused an incident.
Yeah.
Minus 30 for Nico Hulkenberg.
Jesus.
And minus 8 for Pierre Gasly, with minus 14 for Racing Bulls, as we highlighted, had a poor Grand Prix. So I don't think I'm looking too good there.
How many points that total?
Well,
was it projected?
It's projected to 61, but obviously that's not including the Mercedes. So 80, so 132, 133 points, I think, based on what I can see there.
Okay, so that doesn't.
I'm guessing not, because it's again, I can't, Mercedes is getting me more points than my projected points.
Yeah, actually, it does. Yeah, that's a bit weird because my projected is 126, but the Charles Leclerc and.
Oh, yours includes it, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Did it not?
Because just Charles Leclerc and Mercedes are on 120.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, you got that extra.
Yeah, so I don't really know how it's working out, to be honest. But yeah, I've got Perez with 4.
Yeah, which did look like he was making quite a few positions today as well, so I'm not sure why he got so little points.
I must have been bad on the sprint or something. Must have been something to impact it. Charles Leclerc got me 40. Pierre Gasly -8. Bortoletto got me 9.
Did well, yeah.
Lindblad got me -8. Mercedes with 80 though, so I needed that, and then Alpine got me 9.
So maybe the Mercedes move you made before this race weekend actually came to your favour as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. Moving on into our league, let's see what everyone's projected. So 64 for that one, 61, 105, 114, 115, 104.
Is it Brad?
No. Hang on, at the minute, the shout out could be. The shout out is, you ready? Projected points, Molly F1.
Is it actually?
Molly F1 with a whopping 148 points.
Lando coming in clutch. And
McLaren. But I don't actually know how it's going to work out because -50 there. That's 193 though, to be fair, because I got Lando with 100. Yeah. So Lando's done really well for her. That's the best. But to be honest, the worst one, everyone's quite close in this.
Yeah, everyone's...
And the worst one is a certain full send GP match. It's not it.
I wouldn't say yet. It's projected points.
But at the minute, it's projected you to be the least points out of everyone. Come on! I have not come last 1 week. Victor's saved me every week, and he hasn't saved you.
No, because he's got Lando this week, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has. But yeah, so that at the minute. I'm currently on a total of 541, so nothing to really scream and shout about there. Can't really say much. You're miles ahead anyway, so you're on 797 at the minute. To be honest, that's all good. We're hopefully getting more people in. The Things Full Send GP podcast, if you just search it on the F1 Fantasy Club, join. We want more people. At the minute we've got 10 teams. If we can get that growing, that'd be great. It's a bit of fun at the end of the day. You get a shout out if you win, you get a shout out if you lose, just like Matt did. So, but if you think any of our comments or anything good or bad, let us know if there's anything you've missed or any of my just put comments.
Yeah, for my predictions, if anyone else any other drivers you want to throw in there as well that we haven't covered. Obviously, we've just done it straight at the back of the Grand Prix, which is the first time we've done this as well, which is why we're probably not as organised as you normally see us, and we're randomly trying to...
And we've got food coming.
Well, it's
probably come, eat it, cold. So we need to really wrap this up. But please like, comment, subscribe. Just subscribe, please. Obviously, it's going to make the world to us. And it makes the world to you because obviously with the
giveaway, you get more back.
Exactly. But please like out and peace.
Peace.